In this video, I'm going to show you how to prep for your PRPR. PRPR stands for Performance Related Pay Review and is our annual appraisal and pay review cycle. The process always kicks off on the 1st of December and the pay increase is always effective from the 1st of April. To get to your PRPR, you need to come up here and click on your bell icon. Your PRPR prep task will always be in your to-do tab. And when you're ready, you click on Review. This will open up our PRPR form. The prep stage is due by the end of December. It's really important that employees prep for their appraisal meeting with their line manager. It's much easier for your line manager to agree your scoring if you've put a bit of effort into your prep. There are some instructions on the Instructions tab, and when you're ready, we want to be on the Entry tab. So our form consists of 5 competencies. What we're asking you to do as part of your prep is to give yourself a score for each competency and then add any examples or evidence that you have that supports your scoring. So the first section of the form is split into 2 parts, and it is to do with your performance in your role. So part A is goals and targets. And this really is concerned with how you are performing against the specific goals that were set for you for this year, or the targets that are associated with your job. So for example, service engineers will be scored about their performance against the service KPIs throughout the year the appraisal relates to. So as part of your prep, you're going to consider which one of these ratings best describes your performance against this particular competency. And once you've decided on a rating, you put that in here. Then we move on to part B. Part B is how well you're performing against the rest of your job description. If we have an up-to-date job description for you, it will be just here in View Job Description. But just to use my example of a service engineer, we've already scored them on their performance against their KPIs, their goals, their stats. So this would really be looking at the performance on everything else that makes up your job description. So for example, your customer service skills, the organisation of your van and your stock, your appearance on site, your communication with your customers and your colleagues, and your flexibility. Again, have a look at which rating best describes you and go ahead and choose in here. Then you have a comments box. So this box is to put any examples or evidence that supports your score. So my suggestion would be, if you're scoring yourself above meet, so if you're scoring yourself exceeds or exceptional, you really need to be adding your evidence to help your line manager agree your scoring. I find it's quite helpful just to copy and paste the score that I've given myself. And then what I'm doing is looking for examples that match this definition. I've completed all my goals and targets and I've overachieved on some. So then I would just put my examples, and that will really help me when I come to the discussion about my performance with my line manager. Go ahead and click Save at this point because you just want the form to save as you go through. And then we move on to section 2. So section 2 is all about our values. So courage, unity and respect are our company values that we expect to see demonstrated by all of our employees. And same process, you are having a look at the definition for the competency and then deciding which of these scores best describes your performance. So once you've done, you can choose a rating, same for this one, and this is the third one. So again, you have a comments box. I would suggest the same approach. Anywhere where you've scored yourself as higher, then you need to be looking for examples that demonstrate the behaviours required against this particular competency. You don't need to add goals if you don't want to, but if you want to just talk to your line manager about a particular goal you'd like to achieve next year, it's a good space just to note that. And then the last thing is you just have one final comments box. This is just to capture any particular notes outside of your PRPR that you would like to discuss with your line manager. We would click save again, and then once we're ready, we're happy with everything, we would click submit. Once you submit, you can't get the form back. It moves to your line manager. And then between the 1st of January and the 28th of February, your line manager will meet with you to agree your scores and tell you what salary increase you're getting.